Hey. All right, I'm really excited. I took another part of my Blender Mania 3D classes on Udemy and I am extremely happy. I did the notebook finally. And then I'm going to animate. So I did this groovy little notebook and I worked on some of my nodes from the node classes. And so I wanted to show you all my book, my 3D book in Blender. And this is Star Bloom's artwork, and it's so cute. And I did a little animation, so I'll show you that. Let's see if you can see that. So it's kind of like, ooh. Anyway, I didn't animate it a whole lot, but I started it because the next part of the course is going to be animation. And we're going to be setting up the table, and I'm going to be animating some rigs that I've made, some characters I've rigged, and I'm excited. So I just wanted to say that. And what else did I want to say? Anything else? It seems like I always have something to say. I played a lot with the materials and the shaders. Oh, I'm learning the nodes, like I was just saying. Over here, here's one of my nodes. And then I also spent a lot of time laying out my UVs and my little islands so that my materials would map nicely. Oh yeah, that's kind of what I was going to show you. Was I did add a little transparency on that, which is really cool. And so that it would animate, because I wanted to put a node on the material so that it would change color, but I didn't know exactly what node to use. So I'm going to have to ask my Blender Mania classmates. Anyway, so on here I did add the mapping to my nodes so that I changed this to 0.3, and I added the mapping node. I think it's texture mapping. And then that made it so that right here, let's see, I'll select, go back into object mode and select this and hide it for a minute. And I'm working really hard to keep my folders clean because I'm such a pig and I'm a mess. But let's see, that's the notebook, and here's the picture on there. So I used this right here, this node, after I made a material. You can look at this. Let me select the book. Okay, that was a different material I was on. Oh, that was the image. So it makes that material change. Oh, I'm going to show you here if I can. I'll select the node and hit period, and then Alt Control and click and zoom in there. And 3, so see if I scale it here like this, it's going to change my material on there. So that's cool. And this is kind of a, delete that. That was an extra node, UV mapping node. So I played with that, and then I also added another material on that I colored black over here. So I added this guy there, and I painted another material so you can see the materials on here. So I'm going to go over some of these things, but I wanted just to show off my notebook. I'm very excited that I have finished some more modeling in my Blender Mania classes, and I really like it. And I did paint there's material on the kitty ears, and this material, ears paint material. I believe that's it, yes. And you can see when I tap into edit mode that I've got my UV's islands laid out right here. And that's the little, all of these ears. So you can see it's painted there. And let's see, where are these ones at? Seems like those are, where are those? Select, or if I hold my cursor over my UVs here and I hit L, it'll select the geometry to show me what's there. There's also subdivision modifier on here, right there. So if I click it off, then we can see that it's laid out a little bit better. And where's that one? Okay, so yeah, that one's right here. So see if I move the material off there, it's gonna mess it up. I mean, it's gonna mess up the color, but I can repaint it. And that was that. And then this guy here. And if I grab it, if I hold my mouse here, you can see this section. And that one is this one. And there's a bunch of them on here. There they all are. Edit, undo that, and then there we go. Whoops. So these are all here. And I'm holding my mouse over in edit mode over my selections, and I hit grab. I didn't get all of that one. Undo, and hold my mouse over that. Now G to grab, so you can see I have these right here. And right click, they'll snap back. And then so they're selected here, and if I move them all, so you can see I'm moving them off the material. So getting a good material and then getting your UVs laid out is important, and there's all kinds of ways to do it right here in the UV map to start unwrapping. So I could say like have these selected and just select a few items. Like if I don't have everything on the ear selected and I just have a part like those, and then I go to UV, and then there's all these different ways to unwrap them. And like if I did cube, you can see what happens. They map out here, and then I position them on the material and then paint them. And there's a way to paint too inside here as well in the texture paint mode. But I'll undo that. I'm gonna do maybe I'm gonna do a little class just painting an item, like a simple item. So that would be really fun. And I'm gonna tab back out of here and into edit mode. So the classes are helping a lot, and I just wanted to mention that and get you excited, you Blender Maniacs, taking the Blender Mania course. Super cool. And then I think my So I'm going to animate my book. So, yay. Okay. That's all for now. I have been working for hours and hours and I am very tired, but I thought I would just go ahead and make a video of this and then I'll turn the picture back on. Star Bloom. You can check us out. And I'll put a link in the description or just come find us on Blender Mania at Discord, Blender Mania 3D. We're hanging out there and we'll see you later. We are Star Fluke and Star Bloom working together. Bye.